Garcelle and her son and her soon-to-be ex-daughter-in-law. The ex-daughter-in-law is big mad. She's probably pissed because, Raquel was doing the absolute most. Here we go. So this is according to Radar Online. It's an exclusive. It says Vanderpump Rules star Oliver Saunders hit with legal papers over child support for 2-year-old son. Vanderpump Rules star Oliver Saunders has been hit with a court case demanding he pays monthly child support to his estranged wife Samantha, RadarOnline.com has learned. Oliver filed for divorce from Samantha on September 14th, according to reports. He told the court there was, quote, no possibility of reconciliation. Now, side note, this really is I don't rock with Oliver like that anymore after his little podcast interview he did, not defending his mom, not defending his little brother, basically co-signing Erica's piss poor behavior, defending Raquel, like what? But this does a little bit more vindicate him that he wasn't really cheating on his ex-wife with Raquel and the other girls. Now, let's talk about that real quick, and then we'll get more into the legal stuff. So as we know, it was a whole little beat. It was a whole little moment when Raquel had hooked up with Oliver in Vegas. I think Raquel only hooked up with Oliver because she wanted to stick it to Lala, oh, you think he's cute? Well, I'm going to get him and prove to you that I'm better than you. Girl, bye, sit down. I personally think Oliver would have hooked up with anybody that wanted it. And that's actually kind of true because later on he was talking to, I forget what interview he was doing, but he was like, oh, I didn't even know Lala was into me. He was like, yeah, if I see Lala out, she can holler, sure. He basically just went for the lowest hanging fruit. He went for the girl he knew he could get, which was Raquel. Okay? So Lala, you should feel redeemed. But I say that to say this. I don't think that Oliver was cheating on his estranged wife. I think what he was doing was this. I think him and his estranged wife were separated, but I'm sure he was going and dipping back. You know what I mean? They probably still were having sex. He would go get the son. They'd probably, have a little bit of sex here and there. He's probably sending her hot and cold stuff, giving her false hope while he's still out there dipping it and doing it whatever he wants. So then he can say, oh, well, we were separated, so I can do what I want to do. But then she's still probably but wait a minute, we're still having sex. So I thought we were still together. We could things were going good. So then she gets in her feelings. Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying that what he did was right, but I think he did basically a basic F-boy behavior. Basic F-boy behavior. I told you how it was. I told you what was going on. You can't be mad. But at the same time, very manipulative, emotionally and sexually and stuff. That's what I think happened. Because I don't think that Lisa Vanderpump, and nor do I think Garcelle, would lie for him. And in the scenes, it was very, very clear that both Garcelle and Lisa Vanderpump were very well aware that he was separated from his wife. And yeah, but let's keep going. Oliver's mother is Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star Garcelle Beauvais. In his divorce filing, he noted, quote, during the course of said marriage, the taste, mental disposition, views, likes, and dislikes of Oliver and Samantha have become so wildly divergent that the parties have become incompatible in marriage to such an extent that it is impossible for them to live together as husband and wife, and that the incompatibility between them is so great, there is no possibility of reconciliation. Oof, that's a doozy. Oliver and Samantha got married on May 23rd, 2020. He asked the court to award him primary custody of his son. It appears the divorce has yet to be finalized or any child support order has been entered. According to court documents obtained by Radar Online back in July of 2022, the State of Nevada Division of Welfare and Supportive Services filed a legal case on behalf of Samantha against Oliver for child support. The filing said Oliver was the father to a son named Oliver Lucas Saunders Jr., born in February of 2020. The mother of this child is Oliver's estranged wife, Samantha. In the filing, NDWSS accused him of owing back support from January 1st, 2020. Can you owe child support before the child's born? It's saying he owed child support from January, but the child was born in February. Where did they do that at? I don't know. You can owe child support before the child's born. Then again, in our country these days, who the hell knows? You might owe child support just by staring at a girl these days. Anyway, let's keep going. Through July 31st, 2020. Shout out, Anyway, if you get what I'm saying, you get what I'm saying. Let's keep going. You are required to pay the Estranged debt in full, the filing said. The case had no movement until April of 2023. This is 3 years later, and an accused amending filing from NDWSS. The agency now accused Garcelle's son of owing back support from March of 2020 to April 30 of 2023. So basically they're saying he owes child support for the entirety of the child's life. I'm confused. Oliver has yet to respond to the case. I'm going to tell you why I'm confused. If the child was born in February of 2020, like I said, how is he owing child support in January of 2020? The baby's still in the belly. How do you owe child support for that? Also, they have been married, estranged for the last couple of months or whenever filming started, right? But they're still legally married. How do you owe child support when you're married? I thought you could only get child support if you're not married, broken up, estranged, you know what I'm saying? Because, I don't think I could, say I was married and I had a kid and I was married. I can't ask my husband who's married to me for child support. Is that how that works? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I always thought that child support would be negotiated in the divorce. Maybe it's temporary child support. That's a thing that I don't understand, because from the dates they're saying he basically owes child support from when she was 9 months still pregnant, basically to today. But that entire time, they haven't been estranged. They've been married and living together. So how does he owe child support during that time? You see what I'm saying? It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. The math just isn't mathing. I would, if they weren't married, okay, cool. Child support, it is what it is. If they were officially divorced, let's hash out the child support, the spousal support, the custody, let's hash that out. Okay, cool. But how are you saying he owes child support when they were in a full-on marriage together during that time? That doesn't make any sense to me. I could get if it said from the date of separation, from the date of our estrangement, I need him to, still pay to help provide for the children. I could even understand that. While we negotiate stuff, let's get a temporary agreement that you're going to pay X, Y, and Z to help with the kids while we go through the legal and all of that stuff. Sure, cool. But the other thing doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know. They be playing. They out here playing. And to be honest, as much as I don't mess with Oliver, I don't trust Samantha. I think she's doing some sneaky, weird stuff. I really, really do. I don't trust his ex-wife. I think she's flipped or something happened. I also think, and I think I either read this somewhere. I think she said it. Remember when she went on her rant, how he was saying that she had mental issues and she was crazy and all that stuff. I'm not saying that. I'm not being disrespectful to anybody's mental health status. I'm not being disrespectful and calling somebody her crazy. I'm not saying that. So when I say I don't trust her and she's snake-like, I think something went down. Like when I don't believe what she said to like Raquel and Sheena and all them. I think she played it more like, oh, he straight up just cheated on me. Like him and I were together. I had no idea. And he went behind my back and cheated. I don't think that's true. I think that they were taking a break. They were estranged, but they were still having sex. But she was aware that they were estranged. I think he was living in his own apartment, just like he said he was. You know, do I think it was wrong of him to still have sex with her and give her false hope? Yeah, because that's crazy making behavior. We've all been there, you know, when it's like, oh, does he like me? Does he not? Oh my God, we were having sex, but he's not committed. Oh, no. You know, that's crazy making behavior. Of course it is, you know, but she also has to say, you know what, if you don't want to be with me, then you no longer have access to my body. You know, you want to have your own life, you want to have your own apartment, you want to have sex with other people, then you no longer get the privilege of being with me. But she can't go out there and be like, oh my God, he was cheating on me, when she knows what the deal was. See what I'm saying? Very, very toxic, very, very unhealthy. The whole situation, just bizarre. Like attracting like. All right, you guys, put it down below. Let me know what you guys think about this situation. Are you like me and the math isn't mathing with the child support, and you think there's something a little ticky boom, a little snake-like, a little toxic with Samantha? But I also don't think that Oliver is 100% clean. But I will say this, I do think that he probably is a really great father. He wants sole custody of his son. I do think that he is a great father. I think he's very present. And I think there's something fishy going on with this child support situation. Okay. Also, what do you think about the whole thing with him hooking up with Raquel? Do you think, hey, he was estranged, he can do what he wants? Or do you think, nah, he was still playing dirty, he didn't have to do his estranged wife like that? Put it down below. Let me know what you guys think. All right, with that, let's move on to our next story. Da, 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 da. So this one is about Miss Attica Jane. Ugh.